Your fans that follow you and love you no matter what. I mean, like, we're all fans of your work. You are absolutely, like we've already said, I mean, you're absolutely amazing. And like, we wanted to make sure whatever Kanye has to say, let's let him say that, because we feel like you do have a lot to offer. But like your concert Saturday night, there's even your diehard fans were confused. You know, I worry that maybe they're not going to know what's going on when Jesus comes on stage, and like, I feel like, you know, I don't want them to get lost. Like, you've been there with Kanye the whole way. He's trying to do something. This is his art piece. So for anyone that misunderstood that, can you kind of touch on that?
Well, I had a friend of mine that's a pastor there as we started discussing how he wanted to deliver it. Now, my girl even asked afterwards, like, is that weird if Jesus comes on stage or something like that? And they're like, no, we do plays all the time where people play Jesus.
That's
See,
true.
you know what's awesome about Christianity is that we're allowed to portray God. We're allowed to, you know, draw an image of him. We're allowed to make movies about him.
Yeah.
You know, other religions, you're not allowed to do
no,
that.
yeah, no, definitely.
So that's what's really awesome about, you know, Christianity. That's one of the awesome things.
I think that's a great answer.
And Madonna did it. I mean, people have done it before within, you know, pop culture and whatnot. So it's not like
Michelangelo did.
Yeah, exactly. So Kanye is not, you know, the Antichrist for doing it, for God's sake.
well,
I went on the air today. I said he wrote Jesus Walks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
Well, the thing is, it's a painting, it's a sculpture, it's a moving opera, it's a play, it's a message. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you brought, I'm not even gonna do any comparisons with that, because God knows where my heart is at.
Yeah.
So Yeezus, the album now, came out in June, and a bunch of critical acclaim.
I'm gonna tell you one thing.
What's that?
One of the things that I wanted to really get across with that message is that you can't have a relationship with Jesus, that you can talk to Jesus. And this was my literal, in the same way how someone have Jesus as my homeboy, that is the way I would express it. And the way I create is that you can have a relationship with Jesus. You could talk to him. And that's the way I wanted to express it.
And it makes total sense. Like, I love hearing that. That's why, like, for me as a fan, like, I fear that sometimes, that people just get all riled up and they're taking away the wrong message, you know? That's why I think it's good for interviews like this for you to say, because that answer makes total sense. It really does.
The reason why I thought it was funny also to say white Jesus is whether it's a portrayal of what your image of something is, you know, all that matters is what you see, how you believe in you, and how you love your family. That's my opinion. The real opinions are in the Bible. This is my opinion, our message for what I'm dealing with right now.
I like what that sparked, by the way. You saying white Jesus, the dialogue that you read between people's comments, that the people actually start to take a look at it like, yeah, well, why would Jesus be white? I mean, I like what that sparked.
Well, it's funny because you hear the term black Jesus all the time, right? But you never hear the term white Jesus, right? And it, you know, it's just some Kanye West. Really, it's the way I want to work. Same way like how Will Ferrell gets up and he performs and stuff. Like, you know, I'm a performance artist. You know, I'm a believer, and if the I think if any time the word Jesus can be used more in our lives, I believe it's a good thing. So even if it's the title Jesus, you know, where what I say is like with my heroes. People want to be like Mike. I want to be like Christ. You know, I keep it 5 years old at all times. You know, I think people have had all these boundaries of people's opinions that hold them back to what they honestly want to create. So the biggest thing about, you know, me having any form of a portrayal of Jesus is I wanted to do it.
Kanye, are people getting bizarre themselves sometimes? Like what you put together for your concert and for your show, and you knew what you wanted to do with bringing the Jesus character on. But then some people, I think they look for things so out there. They're like, no, wait a minute, the stage was a triangle. This is Illuminati. I know what he's doing. Does that get bizarre, what people are coming up with? Yeah,
they try to confuse it with some bullshit. The New World Order. Meanwhile, the DEA teamed up with the CCA. They try and lock up. They try and make new slaves. See, that's that probably on prison. Get your piece today. They probably all in the Hamptons bragging about what they made. You in your Hampton house. I your Hampton spout. Came on our Hampton. So, yeah, what it means is some of the distractions is working.
Yeah.
The distractions are working. They distracted you talking about some, you know, so that's Illuminati. do anybody know what the Illuminati is supposed to be? What are you talking about right now?
I know, right? It's just a cute word that everyone just throws out now.
I mean, the word is a sexy word. You can make a cologne out of it or something like that.
You should, and then wear it, endorse it.
Is that all like part of the plan to get people thinking that you're doing like Illuminati stuff when?
There's only two things on my mind when I create: God and Jesus. But really, what I didn't know, and I didn't really understand this term until a couple years ago, is it wasn't about race, it's about class. And it was a classist move that even when you get invited to certain dinner parties, or even, you know, when you're in certain magazines, it's still like a dinner for schmucks situation. Are they inviting you to be a part of what you're doing, or are they inviting you to laugh at your teeth and ask you a million questions like, oh, those are cool teeth.
What's that in your mouth?
What's that? Yeah. And then also, and then we have our thing that every time we do it, we give them the white voice. It's not always the white voice.
Is that what's going on? A lot of people are wondering that.
Yeah,
love that then.
The job interview voice.
So it goes both ways, but we're right now in a crash of the classes because, you know, America being the newest country, and especially out here in like San Francisco, where people can just become like a billionaire off an idea. And the amount of information that you get on the internet, and that people can educate themselves, it's going to, you know, the shift is going to change. And I think I'm one of the people at the forefront because I had to fight to get into fashion shows 8 years ago.
But you had to fight to get into music.
Yeah, I had to fight to get into music,